in the building. So again, everybody, welcome to Mornings with Movers. We are back after 2 weeks, and we are going to be crushing it today because we got a lot of juicy topics to be talking about.
Yes, indeed.
But I can't see Cliff nor Phil. But they're gonna pop in the frame anytime now.
That's Phil right there.
I know, right? I know. Neither one of us are showing.
Yeah, that's so weird. See, and
My video's on too. Oh, I know why mine's not showing.
Hey,
I am. I am.
There we go. All right. So again, everybody, I'm Dwyght Mack with Max Moving Training. We got Phil Diamond from All About Tampa Bay. And we got Clifford Starks, the motivational coach. Oh man, we are all here.
I changed my name. And Phil, I want to know how you like it too. Inner warrior coach.
Inner warrior coach.
Hey, Clifford, check your phone, Clifford.
All right, let's see. What am I checking?
Oh, he's sending private messages. Right. We on a live chat. We all want to know.
My nose good?
No.
No?
Nope.
Crap.
It's on the right side.
Okay.
Oh man, we gotta keep that to a limit. That's that P. Diddy stuff.
Right.
Did I get
it? Yeah.
Okay.
All right, lower your camera a little bit, Phil. But because you sitting low with your camera high. Perfect. All right, y'all. So yeah, we got a lot of topics to go over. I'm gonna grab my coffee, but I'll be right back. Y'all hold on. Y'all crush it. Y'all take over real quick.
Fun begin.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so Inner Warrior Coach, unlocking your full potential so you can reach your greatest dream.
That's it.
Yeah. I think it hits. Feels comfortable to me too, which is good.
Yeah, man. I think you got a lot of speakings coming up.
They're coming together. Yeah, they're coming together. And I'm getting, so I might as well tell everybody since we're going live. I'm having a therapy session April 10th live.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're going to see what they uncover, what they unlock, and if I end up like a balling mess on the floor.
Oh, boy.
Wish me luck.
Yeah. You said that was April 10th?
April 10th.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, so share it out. I actually have to, it's going to be on Zoom. And I will be posting that throughout the week.
Nice.
Holy crap, that's coming fast. I can't believe that's on a Wednesday.
Yeah, this year is going by fast, but that's just to say time ain't on our side.
Mm-hmm.
So we definitely got to make sure that everything that we do is intentional. We can't be wasting the time just thinking every little task that comes to our mind is going to be pushing the needle forward.
Yep, absolutely.
Let's see. So, but yeah, no. So how was everybody's Easter? Like, is that a thing? What's, y'all tell me.
I walked around in my birthday suit.
Yeah.
Happy Easter.
On Easter, yeah.
I had a good Easter. Yeah, we went out to Chinle, had an Easter egg hunt for both the kids and the adults. I'm going to tell you guys, age really is just a number because a 60-year-old beat us all on Easter eggs. Now, here's what was cool. The Easter eggs were prizes, and one person actually won a $150 grill. So it was a fun time.
Nice.
Nice. That's like playing hide and go seek. I like hide and go seek. So Phil actually just brought up an amazing point yesterday about DOT in Florida trying to put in some regulations.
Yeah.
To really start to hone in on that open market for, brokers and illegal movers in Florida. And, hopefully they regulate it to the point where, there's thresholds with the pricing, and I
Well,
think if they could, go ahead.
no, go ahead. I'm sorry. I thought you
No,
were
I
done.
think if they could regulate it with the threshold, then basically it makes it so that one, it protects the consumer, but then two, it really allows the moving company to be profitable the way they need to be profitable and not be competing with the barrel.
Yeah.
You
Well, I
know.
was reading. I was
Mhm.
reading something yesterday, and there's a lot of different material on it. So I kind of found something that was very useful. So they're gonna, of course, it's gonna take time, of course, like anything else. So they're trying to implement it, like our neighboring state, North Carolina. They're really strict on um, with movers in North Carolina. It's difficult to get a moving license in North Carolina than it is here. Here, you can fill out the application next week. Woo, you're a mover. Pay us our money. North Carolina is a little bit more difficult because I was telling you, a friend of mine started a moving company, and hell, he got his MC number before he got his local number.
Well,
And
that's typically the way it goes, because
here in Florida, no, you applied, you can apply for both of them at the same time. You have your moving license the next day.
oh wow, yeah, I think I got my MC and USDOT number before I got my local license. Because
USDOT, that goes pretty quick. I mean, it's pretty basic, filling that out. But yeah.
But yeah, no, I would say, like, I know that, like you said, neighboring states in like North Carolina, but also Georgia or yeah, Georgia has a max rate tariff as well. South Carolina has a max rate tariff as well. So all these nearby states near you are getting that, and you could probably do it. Florida's a really, really huge state. You could probably pull it off with a max rate tariff. Um, and but then the thing is, you're still competing for the bottom. So I feel like you need to have a minimum rate tariff. Like people mess around like, oh yeah, we can't charge more than 149 for a 2 minute in a truck, but we could charge anything less than that. Well, damn, there's already people charging goddamn $100 for a 2 minute in a truck. Can't compete with that. So, so I definitely probably wouldn't want to be capped, but I feel like there should just be like a threshold. Like, hey, you know what? In order to say that they're legit, they have to be charging between $100 all the way up to, whatever. But other than that, any other regulations, news on your end, Phil?
No, that's kind of where we're at now with it. They haven't really announced anything. I know that they're going to probably be setting up stings. They're going to make some examples, of course, out of a
Mm-hmm.
few. I think the fines are like 50 grand, and just depending on the crime or the whatever is going on, it's actually like a class something felony as well. It's kind of like a contractor, posing as a contractor but not a contractor.
Mm-hmm.
So each industry should be that way because a lot of consumers don't take our industry serious, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't look at us as a real profession. They just think, oh well, I used to move my stuff 30 years ago, you know, and it's not that bad. You're moving your own stuff, yeah, once every 20 years, 10 years, 5 years, or whatever the case may be. So um I'm interested to see how it goes, and I'm kind of it's going to be a change, but I've always been curious, like on North Carolina, New York, hearing you guys with the regulations there. I mean, it keeps it fair market, because here, I mean, it's just ridiculous, man. You still got guys doing moves with two men in a truck for $75 an hour, and that's, I mean, not even companies, and we get it all the time. Oh, can you compete with this company? Well, that's not a company, you know. Well, we just want somebody to move our stuff, you know, and you want to utilize each client that you get, you know, a lead, because you don't know what that lead is primarily costing you. That phone call is costing you. So you want to try to utilize, you know, that lead as much as possible. And every customer is not a good customer.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I continue to hear horror stories.
you
You know,
know,
and
I
we're
thought they
starting
were
to
all perfect.
yeah,
yeah.
we're starting we're
That's not
starting
how
to
it goes.
implement a lot more processes now, because the more, I mean, you know, in business, it don't matter if the moving industry or what industry it is, you learn from your mistakes and you try to tackle, you know, whatever you didn't have implemented, right? And you know, you got to follow through. You know, just having this conversation with someone here at the office, we have to continue to follow through with our process, because if we don't follow, if we make it shaky or not really implementing it, you can't expect your employees to, right? And I'll give you an instance. You know, of course, I was talking to Clifford about this. You know, it's great having Move It Pro and all these apps and stuff like that. But you get guys, man, they don't really have time to be dealing with that phone and tablet and yada, yada, yada. You barely can get the guys to keep their own cell phone in their pocket, unfortunately. You know, so there's always, you can always go back to old school on some of your checklists. Like we just created a checklist this morning, because our policy is you plug TV in before the move, the customer's initials off on it, right? Put it in a box, you unload it, you plug it back up, right? That way you don't have an issue with Jerome's TV hangers coming over there hanging the TV, because Jerome might crush the TV, and guess what he's gonna say? Hey, ma'am, I don't know if you noticed, but your TV's broke.
So the thing is,
Now that there's someone else involved now who's the finger to point at? Of course, always going to be go back to the moving company.
well, the thing
Yep.
is simplicity. You got to keep it simple. You know, they put all these clauses in place, like these claims and claim companies put all these clauses in place for people like yourself that's still in the industry, where they're saying, hey, if you get to the customer's house and the TV is off because, you know, hey, you know, it's move day, then and you put it in the box, go through a simple process, wrap it up, put it in the box. When you get to the offload, unload it, take it out the box, and you know, put it wherever they need to be put. Then you are not responsible for if that TV don't come on and don't work the way it's supposed to work, because it's considered electronic condition unknown.
Right.
So, you know, to complicate the process by saying, hey guys, step one, when you get in the house, you need to be plugging in the TV, making sure it works. Maybe it works on that screen, but when you turn the channel, it don't work. You know, so now you got to go through the whole process of flipping channels to make sure that it really works. You know, same thing with treadmills, same thing with ellipticals or whatever the case is. You know, the conditions are unknown. And if there's an item in a box and you guys move the item in the box, like let's say a big furniture piece, and you take it out the box at the unload place and you start to try to reassemble it, and the customer said, oh, well, it wasn't like that when it came here, or, you know, whatever the case is, well, that's a condition unknown because we didn't package it. We just brought it here and we started to take it out. So now we got to be liable for that. Well, you guys are the movers, and I seen that they weren't really loading the truck properly, so it probably could have snapped the leg on it inside the box. Oh, okay. So now that opens up a whole can of worms. So you just got to keep it as simple as possible. If the conditions are unknown, it's unknown.
Yeah. You know, the problem is, man, in our industry, dude, it is damn, you know, I spend some time out in the truck every now and again. It's yeah. During the move process, you got, just say you got 50 items in a home. It's damn near impossible to go through that home with a customer already on your back, rushing you, right? Already rushing you, documenting, okay, there's a scratch over here, there's a nick out of this, this. It's damn near impossible. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you got a 2-man crew, 3-man crew. I mean, if you got a large crew, like an 8-man team out there, and you got somebody just stationary just to check that shit, yeah. But you got a 2-man crew out there moving a 2-bedroom, even if ground to ground, right? This is where our industry gets really tricky at. Of course, we would love to be able to send 4 guys on a 2-bedroom apartment, charge our hourly rate, and recycle 3 or 4 jobs a day. Of course, that hourly rate is only going to raise the cost of that move a lot more. And then customers not going to go for that because everyone else is sending two-man quotes for, let's say, 6 or 7 hours. You're sending a quote for 3 hours for 4 people, 5 people to move. Of course, it's going to be more expensive. They're not going to go for that. So now you got the guys dealing with the heat, rain, customer clock watching, and rushing you, and you're trying to wrap furniture, and you're trying to document whatever you can.
So it comes down to your selling process. Everything is about your selling process. When you sell a 3-man service and the 3-man service should take about 4 hours, where 2 men might take 6 hours, you're like, well, hey, it's going to be very efficient if we send you 3 guys because, hey, 1 guy could focus on the disassembly of your stuff while the other 2 guys are wrapping and getting your stuff in the truck. Or if you have an elevator, hey, 1 guy is bringing the stuff to the elevator while 1 guy is taking it off the elevator and the other guy is loading the truck. So it's going to be efficient to go this way versus having 2 guys where 1 guy has to disassemble and the other guy is just waiting around for the other guy to come and help him with a 2-man piece. It's just going to move too slow. And now customers will probably throw at you like as a rebuttal saying, hey, well, my husband, yeah, he's willing to help out. He's willing to help out. And you know darn well that the customers never really help out. They might grab 1 or 2 boxes along the job and say, oh yeah, I helped out. But the guys were moving really slow. Sir, you only grabbed 2 boxes out of 50. Yes, they were. So you just got to sell it to them that, hey, it's just going to be more efficient if we send you 3 guys. And I would stick to your guns. Don't send 2 guys out there for 7 hours because now you're not maximizing. Maybe you could put 3 guys out there for 4 or 5 hours and have those guys do two jobs that day.
Especially the summer, in the winter slower months, we try to keep, something that we generally would put a 3-man team on in the summer just to stretch out the hours for the guys and just kind of make it a little bit more effective for the customer as well. In the cooler months, the summer months, anything with stairs, you got to put 4 people on it.
Mm-hmm.
Because of course, wearing out a crew, working a crew. I had a crew last night doing that. I don't know why we did this job. The crew got to the home at 8:00 a.m. and they literally clocked out at 1 a.m. Too much. That's too much. We tried the pack. Well, previous customer, she moved from a storage into her home about a year ago, right? And came from storage, everything was wrapped, and it took about 7 or 8 hours to do that in a 2-story house. Now she wanted kitchen packing. They want half-ass packed. So they wanted kitchen packing, but she still wanted 3 people. And she wanted unpacking.
Yeah, you should have never took that in one day.
Exactly.
You got to break that service up.
Yeah, because then, you're going to start running into problems. We're human.
Mm-hmm.
That's a huge problem. Our bodies can only take so much of this shit. And then, of course, now guess what? You ain't got 3 guys to work the next day.
Mm-hmm. And you could have probably made that a 3-day job. Could have said, hey, you know what? One day, Monday we'll come out and pack you. Tuesday we'll come out, load you, unload you, and then we'll send if you even wanted to, if you had the guys, hey, we'll send another crew out there. Probably once the guys, maybe like if they're unloading around 2 p.m., maybe we'll send an unpacked crew around like 4 p.m. and we'll basically have you unpacked. So you send 2 different crews. So now, one, you're making a little bit more money on the travel fee because for every crew you're sending out there, you're making a travel fee. And then you split the job up so that guys aren't overexhausting themselves. And once that crew that's loading and unloading is done, depending on what time they get done, they could go to another job while you got another crew that's already there just unpacking. So you can optimize that.
Yeah, just not maximizing your days. You know what I mean? It's just a lose for everybody in a situation like that.
Mm-hmm. And you don't
I've
clock
been
your
I've,
guys
I've been
out,
out
right?
in I done been out in the field, bro. I mean, I go out every now and again, bro. Even on an 8-hour job.
Mm-hmm.
Especially their stairs and things of that nature. I mean, it's a lot on the body.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're starting to running to shit. I've been up almost 24 hours. Now, if a motherfucker on some drugs and shit, he'd probably be all right. You know what I mean? But just a normal body, a normal soul. I mean, and Clifford is in really good shape, I can tell. But I can only imagine. Just think about it. You being in great shape, you getting up at 6:30 in the morning, getting yourself prepared. You go to work, get to a job at 8, and you stay till 1, and you get back to
Yep.
the office at 3.
I'm gonna
You're
crush you.
dead. You're done
Yeah.
the next day. You're done. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Now the opportunities of scheduling something else is not there for that crew. They've worked 2 days in one day.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then especially in our peak season, you can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're only going to be shooting yourself in the foot when reality is one person should have been out there to pack the prior day,
And
right? It was a
yeah,
local move. It was a local move within about 20 miles. It could have been done in 2.
one
One
of the
person pack,
things.
it would have kept it cost effective. Next day sent 3.
Mm,
Maybe what 2-story house loading 8,000 pounds, about 4 hours, and then they were unloading, so another 8-hour day.
gotcha. Yeah, no, I would say you want to stick to your grounds and basically even use your regulations in your favor. So technically, obviously with DOT regulations, trucks shouldn't be out more than 12 to 14 hours before a 12-hour reset period. So you
Right.
can, you can tell customers right off the rip, hey, we're going on, it's 8, we got here at 8 a.m., we're going on about 6 p.m. We're gonna have to make this a 2-day job. We're gonna have to come back out here and do the rest of the job. Unfortunately, this was just way too much, and we have to get the crew out of there because they can't be driving beyond a certain time. And that's granted, the customer will be mad at you if you wasn't fully transparent about that up front, because they're like, well, where am I supposed to sleep at? What am I going to sleep on? All my stuff is in their truck. So I guess you also want to make sure that, hey, you know what? Full transparent. If we're going to pack you, and that's why I think with packing, I've always done it flat rate. Hey, if we're going to pack you, the packing cost is going to cost you $2,000. We're going to load you, unload you. If we could stay within the time, that's going to cost you $2,000. So they kind of already know that their bill is $4,000 starting out. And once they know that, you're like, well, hey, you know what? I think we should just pack you on one day so that it just doesn't slow our guys down. And then we should just move you on the next day. And if the move is going to take at least 10 hours just off the rip, hey, what we're going to do is we're going to load you up for about 4 or 5 hours, and then we'll come and unload you the next day for 4 or 5 hours, just so that we keep the guys more energized and efficient for your job. Because after 5, 6 hours, we all know humans slow down.
Oh yeah.
And they'll be more acceptable to hearing that. But if they want to be like, oh no, we need the whole move done in one day, well, expect that this job is going to take a little bit longer, and you're expected to
Or
pay
more
that cost.
people. or more people. That's just kind
Mm-hmm.
of what it boils down to. People don't want to pay. They don't want to pay. They end up paying for it in the long run. Somebody ends up paying for it.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you as a company going to pay for it or the customer is going to pay for it. You take your pick. You know.
Yep.
Which could have. I was thinking about the job. Like damn, that was a pack, a move, and an unpack. It should have been even local move like $5,000,
Got
$6,000.
you.
You know, but mistakes, live and you learn, not paying attention. You know, but
Yeah. So, yeah, I think Cliff disappeared on us, but nevertheless, there you go, working out probably. Yeah.
taking care of my little one.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So any speaking gigs for you currently? I know you got the
I,
podcast
I
coming
got
up.
a yeah, I got a couple coming up. So I'm gonna be speaking with the therapist on Wednesday. A couple different podcasts that I'll be on, and I'm looking to get a couple speaking events as well as I'm going through the process.
Okay. Did you
So it's
have
coming
any
together.
on stage events recently?
Not recently, just a podcasting. There's one that I believe may actually be in Florida. I'll let you know, Phil, if I'm out that way.
Nice.
And yeah, and there's another one in Vegas that I'm going to be having.
Gotcha, gotcha. Is that a live in person?
Yes, and the live one, it's cool because I'm going to be around a bunch of Hall of Fame fighters, which is pretty exciting.
Mm. I
Yeah,
think setting your niche, like
yeah.
we've talking about, is definitely the way to go. But you also, it's like it takes a lot more, I think a lot more convincing at first, especially if you like, let's say that you come out the game, you just come out and you're like, well, hey, I want to be a movie company owner, but I want to target high-end homes. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
you're like, that's all I want to focus on. And then basically, customers don't know you. The high-end customers, don't trust you yet. So how do you like
Yeah,
just jump into that? Like it's like, oh, I started running before I walked, type of thing.
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So do you have to kind of like start back and then go forward to your market, or do you go right into your market?
So strangely enough, like the more I go through this journey, the more I realize leadership is leverage, and everything's time, timing, and positioning. So you're right. They're going to look at him and be like, "Well, I don't know who you are." But if you know something that other movers might not know, like I don't remember who said this, but they were here and they were talking about how famous people like having them sign NDA so that
Mhm.
their information isn't out and about.
Oh, okay. I
And
know what
if
you're talking
you're
about.
yeah, if you're like a no-name person, but you know that, and you title a video about that, and you title it right, and you now people are gonna instantly give you credibility because you know something that most people don't know.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so that's where I go like, okay, what is it that they want? What do they want solved? Because the cool thing is they don't have to know you, like you, or trust you if you know what you're talking about. Like if you have a brain surgeon and they know what they're doing and they can prove that they know what they're doing, you don't care if they're a complete asshole. You're like, all right, they've proven it. Let's get this fixed.
Gotcha, gotcha. So we are at the 30 minutes, y'all. So it's up to y'all what y'all want to do if you have some questions, because the Mac Meister is here to answer them. You know, um, what's going on? Any questions on your side, coach? I know you're a coach, but I'm a coach too. So.
Yeah, I'm actually getting ready to speak to another guy here in a bit, but um I guess my biggest question real quick, what do you guys want to accomplish and why do you want to accomplish it? Because when we speak out what we want, it has a better chance of coming into existence. So I actually start. Um, I'm looking to get on as many speaking gigs as possible with people who would resonate with the message. People who want someone bring the inner warrior out so that they can get to their dreams.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I think it's about, getting out there, becoming a face of, my goal is just like I said, just to get out there, get as big as I can. I like to use Grant Cardone as an idol in a sense where it's like
Ooh, nice.
popularity. Not so
Yeah.
much what he says and do, but more or less popularity, where it's like, okay, some of the things he's mentioned was like, hey, we like if you ever bought one of Grant Cardone's programs, you see how much his salespeople will annoy you. They will call you, they will email you, they would like just go crazy. You're just like, God damn, I'm never buying nothing else from this guy.
Yeah.
And he did that intentionally. That was his strategy. He's like,
Oh yeah,
you know what? If people remember my name, then I'm doing a great job. Whether they talk bad or they talk good, you know.
100%.
And you
All
just
right,
got to
so
go
I'm
and
gonna
get it.
make the goal is to make Dwyght the as popular as Grant Cardone. That's actually a really fun one. That's a fun one. Okay. Get
You
ready
know,
for it though, because you're gonna get a lot of lovers and a lot of haters. Just so
you
you
know
know.
what? It comes with the
No one doesn't
territory.
like him.
You know, you got haters at the lower level, so shit, you might as well
Oh
just get
yeah.
them at the bigger level.
No, it's true. It's true. All right, let's make that a reality. What you got,
Phil, what
Phil?
about
What's
you?
your big dream?
I think he got us on mute. Oh, yeah. So yeah. So like I'm saying, that's the goal, you know. And I think it just comes down to marketing, marketing, marketing. You know. And yeah. So I still got some stuff in the works and stuff like that. Still working on some projects and stuff like that that should be coming soon. Also, you know, for those that don't know, you know, Max Mover Training is a done for you service now. So we are basically your training department within for your company. So we'll help train your movers, train your salespeople, work with your salespeople ongoingly to make sure that they're hitting the numbers that they need to hit. Operations, make sure your operations people are being more efficient. So, you know, because like I said, consider us your outside training firm when you don't have the time to focus on, you know, elevating your staff,
Yep.
you know, and it's no one doing it, you know, and it's one thing that needs to be done because basically a lot of people, you know, a lot of owners similar to myself, you know, you're getting caught up in the field or you're getting caught up developing your business, maybe going to networking events and you're like, oh damn, I got to train my guys. Oh snap, the season is coming. You know what? We still trained our guys in the summertime, regardless if
Yep.
we had over 100 jobs or not. We set the time where we said, hey, by July 15th, you guys need to have your quarterly trainings done. If your quarterly trainings were like, hey, maybe the trainer or the training manager or the owner had to go out in the field to do like a field assessment on the guys, we would pop up to the customer's house and we will have our clipboard and I would say, hey, how's this guy loading the truck? Are they setting up the residence protection? How are they talking to the customer? Are there is their pace are they moving at a good pace when they're carrying the stuff out of the house? And it's stuff like that that just matters because maybe they're doing it when you're there, maybe they're not doing it. But basically they're gonna move the way they move. And sometimes I might even stay in the car and I'll look at them from across the street and I'll document stuff so that you know they don't be moving funny because now the boss is out there. And then and then basically you bring it back you take it to the office. Hey, John, I have to sit down with you. So I seen some good stuff out there when you were working the other day, and I seen some bad stuff. And these are some areas that you can be improving on so that basically you could be more efficient, you know, and you work with that person. You work with every individual. You have them sign off. And that hey, that could be one part of their training for the summer, whatever the case is. You know,
Yep.
so it don't
Yeah.
have to be overly complicated. It's just basically you have to make sure that somebody's out there other than the crew that's normally out there because they gotten too comfortable.
Yeah, that's very true. Hey, so I'm sending everybody love and light. Now, Dwyght, remember the question if Phil comes back, because I want to know what his answer is too. And as we're looking for, I'm visualizing 10x Dwyght Mack.
Oh
I love
yeah,
that.
oh yeah. It's probably gonna be 5X or 11X, you know, can't do a
Yeah.
10X, you know.
Ooh, I like
We're probably going
11x.
probably he
I
probably
like
come
11x.
he probably put a patent on that right now, so I'm gonna do 11X.
Oh, that's all right. All right, Phil, real quick, brother, because I'm about to hop off. What's your big dream, brother?
Just an early retirement, man. You know, I've got a few more years left in me. That's always been my dream is to retire early, and I've kind of stuck to it and planned and strategized, and that's my biggest dream, man. We live once, and I do not want to spend it working the rest of my life.
I feel that.
What year? Do you got a year?
We're going to be done in 2030. That's it for
2030?
us. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think we
Don't have an exact date.
yeah.
but
He said
2030 I'm done.
2030. It could be December 31st, 2030. He's like, oh,
Exactly.
it's midnight.
All right, team. I'm sending love and light to the audience.
Hold on,
Keep crushing it.
Cliff. Hold on, Cliff. You
Huh.
gotta take us home. We gonna get off early. You gotta take us home.
Okay. Okay. So what I'll say is this. You have a big dream, go after it, speak it out, and speak it consistently. I was just talking to Phil this morning about this. There's a lot of haters out there. That's the name of the game. They're going to hate. That's what they're going to do. Guess what? They think so small, they can't hurt you. Trust me. They can just judge you. So when you speak out what you want enough, the people who are supposed to be around you are going to be around you. The people who aren't supposed to be around you, they're not going to be around you. So keep saying what you want to say and keep making it happen. And let's keep having fun.
Yeah, I already know, guys. You know, we are in April right now. Busy National Moving Month is next month. You got to get your processes in order. You know, if you guys are still scrambling right now, going in the field, doing this or whatever the case is, you're not ready for another season yet. You know, you should have been recruiting. You should be recruiting. And never stop that recruiting. Leave your ads open on Indeed and let the people just keep flowing. At the end of the day, you know, if you got to hire one person a week, you know, just keep those applications rolling in because hey, these guys, they'll stick around with you for the winter and then quit on you before the summer. And you're like, well, hey, what the hell? You was complaining about hours. Now we got hours and you don't want to be here. So, you know, you just got to always keep recruiting. Never trust an individual to be responsible for your business success. But all right, y'all. We'll see y'all next week.
All right,
Take
everyone.
care.
All right,
Have an
guys. See
amazing
you guys
day.
later.